Alright guys, we got a new scan tool to review here. This is I guess it's MuCar, M-U-C-A-R, and this is the CDE900. And this is a very nice code reader slash scan tool. This retails for about $49. So for under $50 you can get a scan tool that's upgradable to a 4-system scan tool. When you buy it initially, it's just engine code reader. And I'm about to turn it on, and we're going to go through all the features of it. But if you pay another $40, you can have the ABS, transmission, and airbag modules included with this. Now, the one nice thing, there's actually a few nice things about this scan tool that I really like. The one thing is, notice right now it's not plugged into the car. We'll push and hold the button. You can see it's powering up. So you do not have to have it plugged into the car, and you can turn it on. You can go through the menus, you can go through all the features of it before you even get to the car, which is nice. It's nice to have it, booted up and ready to go. That way when you plug it in, it's ready to start communicating with the car. It doesn't have to go through a full boot up process at the time that you plug it in. It'll already be booted up as you're walking out the door. So the first thing that you'll see up here is it says connect to the vehicle to start, to start the progress. This is a Wi-Fi capable tool also. It is connected to my Wi-Fi. It is free lifetime updates. Whether you buy the initial tool and you never do the upgrade for the ABS, airbag, or transmission, it's free lifetime updates. And if you do the upgrade for the transmission, airbag, and ABS, all those will be free updates for the life of the tool also. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this in, and we're just going to go ahead and get started to make this video as short as possible. So I've just plugged it in. It has sensed that I've plugged it in. The first thing it's going to do is it's going to check the Am Readiness state of the vehicle. Key is on. Okay, you can see right here, this is the smog portion of the information that it's displaying. There's 8 modules on this car that, in fact, if you hit this side arrow right here, it'll actually bring them up on a bigger screen. This is the Am Readiness information that they will look at whenever you take your vehicle in to get it inspected. Now, depending on the vehicle, if it's 2000 and older, you can have 2 readiness monitors not ready. If it's a 2001 or newer, you can have 1 not ready. Now, this particular vehicle's got 8 Am Readiness monitors that it monitors. You can see those in green. The gray ones, the tool is able to monitor those, but on this particular vehicle, they're not applicable to this vehicle. And if you scroll, you've also got some more monitors down there that you can see. We're going to go back, and we're just going to go through one by one, and we're going to do what this tool does. The first thing I'd like to say, though, is that this screen, this is an IPS screen. It is a very nice, sensitive screen. I mean, whenever you can see how smooth, that scrolls. I mean, that's nice. A lot of these inexpensive scan tools that you get will have like a lag whenever you're trying to scroll, from page to page. They'll lag. And we'll get to the settings here in just a second. This button down here, whenever you initially get this is going to say upgrade down here in the low right corner. And this is your your upgradable modules that you can pay the extra $40 for, and it'll add these modules to this scan tool, and like I say, it will be free lifetime updates for all those also. So initially, let's just go ahead and let's hit read codes, and let's see what all this thing sees. So instantly, you already see that we've got some codes, and you can scroll through them. You can take a look. The nice thing about it is we'll just hit the magnifying glass right here, and it'll pull up and automatically take you to Google, to where you can read all about that code, figure out what you may or may need to do. You got report, to where it'll generate a report, and you can it saves all your vehicle information and all that, and you can save it to a PDF. You can even email it to yourself or to someone else. Now, depending on what codes are set or not set, you could have freeze frame information. And freeze frame information is always good to have to research a code, because a lot of times you need to know whether the engine was running at what RPM, was it hot, cold, under load, just all kinds of different things to help you diagnose and troubleshoot that particular code. And this will, show you all the freeze frame information. And then, of course, you've got erase codes. So we could go over here and we could erase those codes if we wanted to. We're not going to at this point. Of course, you got live stream. So you can see all your live stream down here. And it gives you quite a bit of, good information. In fact, I'll scroll through all of it just to show you what all you're getting. Now remember, we have not actually identified this vehicle yet. Oh yeah, so I accidentally hit the graph. You can see that it's got a graph. Nice and clear graph too at that. So if you hit the more button, you've got compare samples combined, so you can combine all, I think up to 4 different PIDs to graph, so you can see them combined. That it doesn't give you, in fact, we'll just do that. We'll just do, we'll do 4. So you see the 4 that I've selected right here, down in the bottom, and I'll give you live readings down there, and then you've got the graphs right here. I'll go ahead and hit the gas pedal to get some movement out of that, but it's a nice smooth, moving graph. Engine's not running, so there's not going to be, any movement on any of this stuff. But anyway, got some nice, some nice graphing ability. So we'll go ahead and back out of that. Of course, you can save a sample of the screen. O2 sensor, I think that's supposed to be test. They've got text. But that should be O2 sensor test. Of course, you got report. So you can, save a report of whatever the vehicle is that you're doing. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Before we get to the other diagnostics, which is where the meat of this scan tool resides, we'll go ahead and go to settings, just to give you an idea of settings. You got a feedback option, so if you have an issue with this, you can send feedback so they can take a look at it and correct any kind of issue that you have. You got repair information right here. Upgrade, this is where you can upgrade the modules. There's 24 modules that need to be upgraded right now. And like if I just click the first one, it's downloading the Aston Martin upgrade for it. And it's done. There's order. If you wanted to order the the ABS, transmission, and airbag module upgrade, there's your $40 order page. And then here's just a bunch of different settings that you can that you can select. There's your Wi-Fi setup. Unit of measure, I've got it set to imperial, but you can also set it to metric. I think it's got quite a few languages. I mean, I think that's going to cover the majority of, you know, people in the world. Time zones, firmware fix. It says here, if you have communication problems, click firmware repair. Please keep the device connected to the vehicle. And I've seen that on other scan tools too. I'm not 100% sure what that does, but it's good that it's there, so if you are having an issue, you can click that, and hopefully that'll take care of it. And of course you got your about. It's got all your information there. Okay, so now let's get into this right here. Now if you select right here on this bigger button, it pops up with this. You got your onboard monitor, evap system test, DTC lookup, and version info. And the nice thing about this, so let's just go to DTC lookup and let's put one in. Let's put in a P0, I don't know, how about a 430? Let's do 430. We'll hit OK. And it tells you what that code is. Catalyst system efficiency below threshold bank 2. And it tells you all about it. Now if you hit this button here, it'll actually bring up the browser and it puts it in Google for you. And you can sit there and you can Google it right here on the tool. But the tool itself has a built-in DTC code database. Okay, let's back out of that. Now let's go ahead. Did we cover that? You got version info. Yeah, evap system test. Now let's go ahead and how do we get out of it? There we go. We're going to hit that arrow. We're going to hit diagnose. And you can go down through here and you can select your vehicle and go through it manually, but you can also just do auto detect or auto search in this case. And it'll go through. It's got a nice little animated VIN lookup screen there. Got the VIN, did detect it as a GMC 2016 Sierra. Now, in most cases, you're probably just going to want to hit health report. So we're going to hit health report, and it's just going to scan down through all the different modules that is effective for this vehicle. And there you have it. So we've got two under engine control module, and they're transmission related, it looks like. Well, one of them's control module, communication, high-speed, CAN, bus off. Now, I did change the battery in this the other day, and I have not hooked a scan tool to it since I've done that. So these are probably related to that. Got two under transmission control module, and again, if you hit the little magnifying glass, it takes you straight to Google. You can read all about it, and learn about what that particular code means. Electronic brake, and see most of it. Whenever you read here, control module communication bus A off, control module communication. That's probably from disconnecting the battery. Transfer case control module, inflatable restraint. Now, of course, what you want to see is the check marks. I didn't actually mean to hit that button, but I'm glad I did, because you can kind of see there what we got. And of course, you got to clear DTCs, which is exactly what I'm going to do right now. Are you sure you want to clear all the system fault codes? Yes, I do. And we'll do another code scan just to make sure there are not any hard faults, meaning that there's actually issues that are current. Okay, so all those are now Good. In fact, we'll just do a system scan. And what that's going to do is scan down through, and it's going to detect any module that this scan tool is able to see and communicate with on this vehicle. This is a really nice scan tool. For $50, it's a really hard scan tool to beat, in my opinion. So here's all the modules that it can see. It can see an engine control module, transmission control module, transfer case control module, electronic brake control module, and inflatable restraint. So, and then of course here you can just select what module that this scan tool is capable to communicate with if it's on this vehicle. So if this vehicle had a hybrid power control module, if this was a hybrid truck, it would be able to communicate with that hybrid power control module. Same with if this was a diesel, it would be able to communicate with the glow plug control module. And let's see, I'm going to go ahead and hit yes to that. Yeah, this is a very, oh, we wanted to read codes real quick. Just one more quick code read just to make sure that no fault code. So that's what we want. Like I say, this is a I mean, in the feel of it is rugged. It's got like a rubbery housing. Like I say, the screen is an IPS touch screen. Now you've also got buttons. I didn't use any of the buttons. Some people prefer to push physical buttons. Some people prefer a touch screen. This particular scan tool, it worked really well just by using the touch screen. So I just stuck with the touch screen. But all in all, I'll tell you what. I don't know how they're selling this for $50. To be honest with you. But they're doing it. And if it was me, I'd go ahead and pay the extra $40 to get the transmission, ABS, and airbag control module added to it. Because to me, that's totally worth it. And like I say, right here is the upgrade. I'm just going to go ahead and hit. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade all of them. That's ready to be upgraded. So there you can see that they're all upgrading, all the different manufacturers. So if you want a nice little code reader / scan tool, and now this does not do any bidirectional functions. So, you're not going to be able to activate components with this. But you wouldn't expect to be able to do that for this price range. Like I say, for $49 plus another $40 if you want to upgrade it for the transmission control module, ABS, and the airbag. That's I mean, that's a hard price to beat. So you wouldn't expect it to be able to be actual bidirectional. But anyway, I'm done. Nice scan tool. This is the MuCar. I believe ThinkCar is actually who makes this. I'll put a couple links in the description as to where you can get this scan tool. But yeah, for the price range, I don't think you're going to be able to beat it. And again, notice that it's not plugged in, but it's still on. It's still, downloading the upgrades. And that is a nice feature to have, built-in battery. Also, I want to mention this because to me this is always a big deal for me. You do have a SD card memory slot to add memory to it. As of right now, I don't see a reason to do that, but it's got the capability. I believe it said up to 256 gig is what you can add to it. This is USB Type-C USB port. It's not the micro USB port, it's USB-C. So, which is a much better, you know, format. So anyway, just know that. And anyway, we're done. You guys take care.